guys, it's me Vivian. I know I've been off YouTube for a really long time, but with quarantine, I think we all have some extra time. And today I'm going to be making a video about setting goals and going through hard times before you achieve those goals and how to get through that. I'm obviously no, guru, but I have been through a few things myself and I just wanted to share my experiences with those things. Today we're going to start off the video with a quote, and that quote is, "You cannot connect the dots looking forward, you can only connect them looking backwards." Let's get into the video. So one day a couple weeks ago, I was just really confused, mad, sad, at everything I was going through and feeling, and I was just trying to figure out, why it was that I was going through such a hard time. So I just sat down and I kind of wrote down, from the earliest I can remember, everything I've been through, how I felt with those experiences, what the outcome of those experiences, was. And I came to a conclusion that every time I sat down and wrote some goals that I really thought I could achieve and that I was really, focused on achieving, I went through a pretty long period of time of just complete transformation. And that transformation looked like depression, it looked like anxiety, it looked like suicidal thoughts, just a lot of hard times in my life. And I came through a stronger person and a person that could achieve and maintain the goals that I had set before I went through that period of transformation. So an example of this is the first time that I ever set, big goals for myself was when I was 16. I was really good at school. I was planning on being an engineer and an architect. I was really, focused on a certain future, going to college and everything. And I had, everything was kind of going well for me until one day I just kind of flipped a switch and I was like, I actually would really like to be a fashion designer. So I sat down and I wrote those goals. I want to move to New York. I want to have a fashion brand. I want to be a fashion designer, amongst other goals. And I had a vision board kind of showing or telling this story. I would meditate on it, manifest, do, different practices through YouTube videos I would find, about law of attraction, the universe, spirituality, things like that. I just really wanted to make sure that this goal could be, a reality for me. Shortly thereafter, maybe a couple of months or weeks, things just started going badly in my life. I just wasn't passing math. I wasn't able to get the grades that I used to, and I was doing the same hard work. I was doing everything I used to do and more to get good grades, and I was just trying so hard, and nothing made sense to me. I was sad all of a sudden, why I didn't like the same things I used to like, why I was starting to isolate myself from other people, and I was just changing and I couldn't control it, and I was really upset at it, and I just couldn't make sense of it all. So obviously we set goals and we think, what does it look like for me to get from point A to point B, which is your goal? And you think it's something like, oh, let me just, do this and this and this, whatever action needs to be taken and I'll get there. Perfect. No, it's something much deeper than that, and I'm so happy it's much deeper than that. You will go through a huge transformation. You as a person, you will change so you can achieve and maintain the goal that you set for yourself. So I went through a lot of hard times after I had set these major goals for myself. So then I made it to New York, all that happened, and I was a different person, obviously, from 16 to 18. So then my life, once again, was pretty stable. So now I'm sitting here and I write down goals for myself. I want to have this much money in my bank account. I want to have these type of friends. I want to work in the city in, a clothing store, because I was working at Pizza Hut and KFC at the time. I want my fashion brand to be on a website, things like that. All these different things, the goals that I wrote down, I would pretend like I already have it, doing the manifestation process, believing in myself, all that stuff. So then, that kind of faded away. I was back in my, regular life. Everything was pretty stable. And then something very terrible happened to me. And I'm still getting through it right now, a year later. But, something bad happened to me and it forced me to get a different job. It forced me to, grow, to be more confident. I was just going through a lot, and depression and suicidal thoughts, and I just couldn't wrap my head around it again. The same thing I was going through when I was 16 and 17 and 18. Things started getting good for me, got the job at Ralph Lauren, all these things, started saving up money. So looking at those goals and seeing that I achieved all of it, I kind of did like a timeline. I like tracked back, you know, connected the dots looking backwards, and I saw that every time I set these huge goals for myself, I went through a really hard time. So it can be called the dark night of the soul, depression, whatever. Just this big transformation for me to be a different person. Whenever you're going through something really bad and you just don't understand, it can be something so simple, like you're not happy when you wake up anymore, or just a lot is going on and you're just overwhelmed with life and you're just depressed and you're sad. Just realize that that is you going through a transformation to become the person that you need to become. I wouldn't be able to achieve and maintain what I wanted if I didn't go through all these hard times. So we really need the negative to be able to understand the positive in life. Once again, this happened to me a couple months ago. I was like, yeah, so if I achieve these goals, let me write down different goals. I was like, yeah, I was doing my manifestation process. Boom, got depressed. I realized like when I got out of it, well, I set goals a couple months ago, and now I have to go through certain things to realize certain things, to be a certain person, to achieve the things that I set for myself. So when that happens to you, you're going to be probably very upset with yourself, probably depressed for a really long time. Just give yourself that period of time to just mourn the death of your old self. That's what's really happening. So I'm just saying this because if you're going through something really hard and you feel like you can't get through it, just keep pushing through it, because right on the other side of all of that darkness and that cloud is everything that you need just laying there for you to be able to achieve your goals. Now, I'm not saying like you're gonna feel like right after depression, like, yes, like I can achieve the whole world and everything's gonna be so easy for you. No, it's not that. It's just that you're a different person and you can achieve it. If you're a kid and you want to be a professional boxer, you have to get punched in the face a billion times. You have to wake up super early. You have to be on a strict diet. Difficult things to be able to become that boxer. It's literally the same thing in life. So whenever you set goals, just know that you're gonna achieve those goals if you really believe in it. And you might go through some hard times, but those hard times will make you be an awesome person, and you'll be able to achieve and maintain those goals and just flourish in those goals. So that just about finishes my video.